Hello, TUNI KUKI channel vejo se na bon vin lem nahi vin koi to bang hi chi channel subscribe nai lo hon subscribe ke bol bin lang ako ma bell icon chu me en lang notification chu ola koi le chun video ahung ke upload cheng la ave ma sapen nahi thai a hi ti jong chu TUNI a hi in phone thai hin tin TUNI hin Burma boy na hin sai kit no hitin hi chi Burma boy na hi aban nei cha hin sai to hitin ama sapen in education langa ko na hin pan ho hite Hichi Burma boy na hi anasa deu jengin amuna hi aphat hung nai to hlona chu June tarik na hi school reopen hung ke bolding a hitai ti a chu jungta forson announce an bol je wa chu aban le mi tampi na tong lui ho ti ding a hi in teacher lui ho CDM a join je wa kat hla kit je wa chu tu chana hi ke phin na om zom jing na lai jin aban le TUNI a jong chu hichi po khong township kiti nalang bagori zon langa jong hi nasata a mi pi ho hin hichi township education office khat chu attack anabol kit novin hichi ina jong hi khat thil khat cha jong la do thei jong poi ti a jong chu news on ana sei kit nin hichi muna ki phin ho hin a sei dan wa tu chana hi hichi koin a hal ham a hi lo le ipije a hal ham ti jong chu head set a hinai poi ti a jong chu ana sei kit novin aban le palal kiti resident langa jong hi sagain region lang a hita in hichi langa jong hi demonstration ja chom anei win aban le school class ho a hi thil ja chom aji uwin hichi banner ho chu choizin ama ho hin hiti chun photo ho anakap movin military ho dailo vet sa na military hon education achalai dano tiding a hin a somdol dano hi adoi povin aji chu ama ho hin amin mei ya hita education ke bol a hi ti a mi pi ho hin adei lo je wa chu demonstration ho ananevin zat chom acting ho na bol lovin aban le lim ho anakap do ovin hichi jungta force ho moding chun news ho report ho henga chu ana PAT a jong chu news mo a hi in aban kil Mandalay region langa jong hi engineer organization ho hin TUNI a chu na sata a ki jot na ana nei ki novin hichi ki jot na hi professor ho jong apangovin aban le motorbike a hi in kenga a hi in ama ho jong hin hichi jungta force on education avet koldano dailo vet sa na chu mi pi zo se hi lamle na hong pot do in student he han lang professor hi jong le hiti chun lamlen ho a hi ki jot na anane ve ti jong chu news a ko na chu mu a hi kin na hi tu hin ki jot na lang hin sai ki no hitin kale sagain region langa jong hi mi pi tampi hin march anabol ki novin lamlen ja chom ho hi zuin hiti chun flag ja chom ki choizin lamlen ho jot na ho jong chu anane ki no ve ti jong chu mu a hi ki nen aban le hichi teji kiti na lang township langa jong hi hichong hi sagain region lang ma hi in mi pi ho hin garian lang kenga hi jong le hiti chun ama ho jong hin ni chenga ki jot na ho jong hi tanglovin anamang jingo veti jong chu mu ai kinin aban le tu a hichi mining je a mi tampi athi a mi tampi akito kha je a chu hichi Kachin state langa jong hi hichi mining day lo vet sa na a chu pakan kiti na lang Kachin state langa jong hi organization hon ki jot na anei ki novin hichi mining hi ngawin a hi lawai le ke hon action kan la de wa hi ti a chu mi pi ho jong hin lamle na ki jot na jat chom ho jong anane ve ti jong chu mu a hi in aban le make way kiti na lang region langa jong hi mayin stage langa jong hi mi tampi anaki jot kit na vin TUNI a chu hichiwa ama ho hin chapang hi hen lang alien aniaw hi jong le hiti chun mi tampi hi hong pot do vin to pumin ki phinna anane ve ti a jong chu mu a hi hichiwa hi chapang neu cha ho student ho jong jaw a hi win aji chu ama ho hin tu a hi military regime ho chon dan hi adei lo a hi in alin aneu don lo wa hita mi amo tha jeng je wa cho ama ho jong hin hichiwa hi a in ko a hum pot do a mun khatna hi to khom wa hi ta chu protest ho anabol ve ti jong chu mu a hi kin a hi the way langa jong hi tani thari reason langa jong hi mi pi ho hin ki jot na ananei jom jingovin apan le lamlien pang ho a hi ki golin a khut jong thum tungin hiti chun demonstration ho ananei Myanmar se pei ho cha dan hi dailo vet sa na chu a khut jung thum tungin hiti chun lamlien ho a hi protest ho anabol ve ti jong chu mu a hi kin a hi Pakokku region langa jong hi kizo na ananevin Pakokku township ti ding a hin Pakokku Megway region langa jong hi hite a chu tu ni a chu mi pi ho hin daily rally ho chu ananei zom kit novin lampi za chom chom ma hi mi tamta hita chu ki su to in lamlien jot na ho jong ananei kit ve ti jong chu mo a hi in sanchong township kitin langa jong hi tu ni a chu ki jot na ananevin hichiwa jong hi military hon na sata hichi demonstration anei na wa hi anadil za aveti jong chu mu a hi in hichi hi yangon region lang a hi aban le hichi thalin kiti village a sagain region langa jong hi mi tampi hi a inuwa ngam talowa gamla a hi a khosa ve ti jong chu news a kona mu a hi in hichiwa thalin kiti na lang si a hi po in sagain region lang ma kani township kiti na langa jong hi mi tampi hin a inu dal ha a gamla a hi hitin a khosa ta ve ti jong chu mu a hi kin a hi the way region langa jong hi a capital tani thari kiti na muna jong hi mi tampin protest anabol vin a hi le hichiwai thakhat na sepei ho hi ang lei lut novin hiti chun mi som le sagi protester ho chu anaman ki noviti a jong chu news ho chun report anapikit novin a hi chule tu hin foreign langa sayu hitin foreign lang ulsan kiti south korea langa jong hi mi tampin protest anabolovin munchum choma he ama ho jong hin ichi banner ho ki choijin slogan ja chom chom aji uvin hichiwa hi kong le bel ho jong a ki choivin a po thei chana he a khian po uvin hiti chun lamlien ho a hi demonstration ho ananei veti jong chu mo a hi in ama ho jong hin munchum choma hi protest na sata anei a hi tu hin doctor sasa chungchang hin sei hitin ama jong hin that 15 a patna chu chin state anaki attack chu hita chu nasata adem na ho jong anei in aban le publicity ho jong anabolin aban le tarik som le gup ni ti chu zan he a jong chu ama hin pray for mandate chin state ti a jong chu ama hin announcement ho jong anabol kitnen aban kitna tu ni a chu ama hin mi chom chom hita hi prime minister ho a hi lo la minister len deu ho gam chom choma jong hi kimu pi a hi in a hin la tu a hi KBS ho news in ama thu na do ova NUG hi ipi ham a hi lo le tu a Myanmar a boina pen hi ipiti ham ti a jong chu anadong oven hi chi video jong chu na vet nom le la ya hi inavet theu a hi in anangai hla leo chun athu sei ho hi anala nal thei a hi in je a chu nang hon jong sa pawn het no vai le nom ta an ngai hla wa ke kan le do sanga jong chu ki chi zo ding a hi ti chu a hi in ga ngai hlau te
I am currently serving as Minister for International Cooperation and spokesman for National Unity Government. Our main focus is defeating these military dictatorships once for all. So that means that we will be working very hard around the clock to do everything we can to restore democracy and freedom in Myanmar by defeating these military generals. That means that we are making all out efforts to cut their finance internationally because most of the military money came from outside of the country. And also we will be working very hard on the access of military generals to the resources inside the country, mostly natural resources that include gas and oil and timber and precious stones. So we will be cutting all of those access by the military generals to those natural resources, at the same time cut off military generals access to international finance markets and also international weapons market. In that way, we will minimize the deaths, the killing, and the atrocities. At the same time, prevent that great civil war coming, and that will add up in genocide. So we have got a lot of work to do, both on inside the country and internationally. So we are divided in our job and responsibilities. So mainly international is now the key in terms of defeating these military generals by making international community coming together to provide and do tougher sanctions and actions against these military generals. My ministry will focus on international recognition of national unity government.
Where is NUG's office located? Can you tell us?
Our president is from Kachin State. As you know, he is a Kachin leader and war expert. And then mostly our president's office will service from Kachin State. And then our prime minister's office is also in Myanmar. He's a current, and therefore you can say that we will be functioning mostly from the states and also from the west and the south and the north and the east. So it will be from several directions. So that means I cannot tell you the location because of security reasons, and I hope that's appreciated. We keep in touch every day, and we talk every day, every morning, every evening, every noon, and so that is through the virtual meeting. I mean, you see, CRPH member of 17 are representing behind 393 elected member of parliament by the people of Myanmar for the people of Myanmar. So the will of elected member of parliament were represented through CRPH. And that is the will of the people of Myanmar expressed in 8th of November 2020 election. So that's a cloud and clear. There's no division. We all are united. As I said earlier, we are United States of Myanmar. As the people of Myanmar spoken loud and clear in 2020 November 8 elections, they have given us the mandate to form the government of Myanmar to represent the people of Myanmar. As the mandate, we form this national unity government with great challenge and difficulties. So it's very important for us now to get international community engaged with national unity government of Myanmar. That means that the engagement of international community and the cooperations of international community become the key to stop the bloodbath in Myanmar. International engagement and support to our government will prevent this great civil war and which will end up in genocide. I can tell you that this cabinet at National Unity Government, almost 60% of the cabinets are from ethnic nationality background. Our president is Dawar Lashila. He is a great Kachin leader. He's a respected leader, and he's from Kachin, and he is a great leader in the Kachin state before. Now he is the leader of the nation, and our prime minister is Ma Wee Kai Tan. Our prime minister was serving as speaker of the parliament of Myanmar the last 5 years, and he's a great Karen leader, and he is respected leader from Karen state. That means that our president is from Kachin state, our prime minister is from Karen state, I myself, I'm from Chin state. That means that this is a very indeed unity in diversity. that our country has wishes for. Again and again, is military generals. They hate freedom. They hate democracy, and they are afraid of unity in diversities. That's why they use the policy of divide and rule tactics for many, many decades. Now we say those days are over. Now our people are united ever than before. Our unity is our strength. Now you can see we call ourselves as national unity government, not because of other reason, but because of we are indeed United States of Myanmar. All works of life, from teachers to laborers, from students to young generation, to the women, to the children, to the parents, to all the from ethnic arms organization to civil society organization, from political parties to elected member of parliament, we all are united now. And our unity is our strength.
Do you bring about real change in Myanmar?
It's very simple. Now we are in 21st century, yeah? And the people are different, yeah? The approach are different. The situations are different. Circumstances are different. The leaderships are different. So we are, I believe that, the world will very soon recognize all of, this national unity government of Myanmar as the only legitimate government of Myanmar. And we are the only mandate government of Myanmar. We are the only legal government of Myanmar. So it's just black and white. Now we are very different from the age of NCGUB. And NCGUB, by the way, happened after protests. And now the main difference is after election. Yeah. Not after uprising. It's very different. After election, that is legitimate, that is legal, that is the mandate of the people of Myanmar. So after election, this NUG happened. And also, I can tell you that there is no inclusion of ethnic arms organization or ethnic political parties. Right now, we are included. Yeah, we are included with all these ethnic arms organization, civil society organization, political parties, and elected member of parliament. So it's good for the people. They understand that it's the future that they are looking for.
What's your next plan?
So as a country, yeah, a country must have army. Yeah. The army that we have right now is not the army. They are terrorist organization. We declare them as terrorist organization. So let us be clear that when I say federal army, it's not something strange. It's something absolutely necessary. So as a country, as a government, our main aim will be building federal armed army as strong as possible. As the rest of the world, that will be keeping stability and peace in the country. They will protect the people of Myanmar. They will protect the country of Myanmar. Now what we have is terrorist group, the gangs group that destroy Myanmar. They kill the people of Myanmar. So we will need to have an army that is disciplined, the army that is under civilian control, not by the control by one man of military generals. So those days are over in our watch. So we will be building up that discipline, and that is working under the norms of international standards of operation and protocols. There's something called international norms and regulation. So these military institutions that has been hijacked by these military generals, they now become terrorist organization. We are not going to allow our country armed forces become terrorist organization. All ethnic arms organizations, they all understand why we need federal army. The people of Myanmar understood why we need federal army. Again, these military generals have hijacked military armed forces of the country called Myanmar for their personal interest to sustain them in power. So they stolen the world's of the country of Myanmar, from the people of Myanmar, and they stolen from gas, oil, and timber and nature resources, and they bought weapons from Russia and China, other country, and they have built this military institution for the last several decades. And unless we reform and replace this military institution, which has been hijacked by these cruel, brutal military generals, there is no future of Myanmar. There is no democracy in Myanmar. There is no peace in Myanmar. There is no stability. So it's very important that Federal Army is, coming as umbrella group. Yeah, and it is umbrella in which everyone will have the chance to be a part of Federal Army in the future. That means Kachin, the Korean, Murakai chains, all, you name it. They all will be welcome to join in the Federal Army, and they will be Federal Army in their own states. So it's a very, very good. And also we'll be inviting men and women in uniform who are being hostage by hostage taker of these military generals to come and fleet their battalions to join to Federal Armed Forces, Federal Army. In that way, there will be less killer. In their way, there will be less men and women in uniform who will take up those arms to kill the people of Myanmar. So it's a very important strategy. And also Federal Army is the army that has to protect Federal Constitution of Myanmar and Federal principle and Federal future of Myanmar. So it's very important. Okay. So most of those men and women in uniform are ordinary people like you and me. They have got the heart. They love the people. They love the country. Yeah. Once we have got a plan for them, lay out the plan, that they all will join. I feel that this Damador will dry up sooner or later. They will dry up. They will have no man to serve for them. So you have to make the choice. You like to be the slave to this killer? Are you really like to be slaving under this murderer-in-chief? Or you like to be with the people who is giving their life for the future of their children and their grandchildren and the generation to come? It's very simple. Let me compare from what happened in Chin State, where I came from. 83% of police officers from Chin State have defected military orders to kill the Chin people. So now you see in the Chin State, the death toll from this protest and strike is less than the rest of the country in Myanmar. Why? Because military police officers have run away from the battalion. The same is going to happen in Yangon. The same is going to happen in Mandalay. And that includes very high-ranking officers. I have got the information, which is very important one, that so many military officers, high-ranking officers are ready to go to safe zone actually. That Federal Army will be a safe zone for them to run away. That is also our strategy, because the more number they have in the hands of military generals, more people of Burma is going to die. It's very simple. So that means that you minimize them, the number, as less as possible, less people will die. Because these military generals are known for their brutality and their killing. There is history. They have got the records. The way they kill Rohingya brothers and sisters, just imagine. They don't have weapon, okay? The way they killed was thousands, yeah? So that same thing will happen to the people of Myanmar again this time if we do prevent it. So this is a very important strategy for us to allow these military men and women in uniform to defect to Federal Army. They will be given a better job, yeah? They will be respected and they'll be promoted. If you are coming from as a general from this Tamador to defend the army, you will be rewarded and you'll be promoted and you'll be respected. So we have got all the strategy in place. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because if they just recognize these military generals, that means they legitimize killing 700 people of Myanmar, okay? And any government recognize these military generals coup, they recognize the atrocities they committed. They recognize the atrocity they committed. They recognize the killing of Muslim brothers, sisters, or Rohingya. They recognize the killing of Kachin, Karen, Shamur, Kanji. So recognizing military generals have heavy price on them. I'm telling you, these military generals will be brought to justice one day, sooner or later. They have no other way. The only way for us is to justice. So that's why we are talking to ICC. That's why we are talking to ICJ. If you talk about ICC, ICJ, both cases, these military generals are responsible for those atrocities against the crime against humanity and ethnic cleanses and all those killing. So that means that if any country recognize these military generals, they are committing crime against humanity with these military generals. So I really hope that the world see that picture of black and white. The people of Myanmar, yeah, now they are really behind of NUJ. Yeah, they all love because it's their government. It's the government by the people of Myanmar for the people of Myanmar. So it's the time for international community to quickly and immediately recognize NUG as their partners, government of Myanmar, denounce military coup, because if they accept military coup as the government of Myanmar, they will have to pay very, very big price in the future.
What countries have recognized the NUG as a Myanmar government so far?
Let me put it this way. I mean, there's definition of recognition, okay? Some country may not just say, oh, I recognize you as government of Myanmar, but, I can tell you that America administration, President Biden administration, State Department, Secretary of State assistants have met us already, yeah? They meet us. And then now today, after I speak to you, I'm going to meet with Minister Nigel Adams, who is Minister of UK government. And then in the coming days, I'm meeting with the European Union's ministry levels. And then, we are talking to several government, I can tell you. But, so that means that we are already there, yeah? And so we will not be just, yeah, so that is what I mean by recognition is, we are the only legal body in Myanmar. We are the only government of Myanmar. We are the only legitimate government of Myanmar. So it's a very common sense. It's just common sense. So I'm sure that other free and democratic countries in the world are looking forward to work with us because we are the only legitimate government of Myanmar. We are looking forward very much to go to talk bilateral talk with the Korean government. And then, as you know, we appreciate a lot the Korean people and Korean government. They have rejected this military coup. Yeah, right from the beginning, they have stopped a lot of Korean government, South Korean government work with Myanmar government. Right? All those are the signs that they don't like, no one like these military generals. And now is the time for Korean government to engage with NUG government to restore democracy in Myanmar. That will be good for Myanmar. That will be good for South Korea, and that will be good for the region, because chaos in Myanmar is not good for anyone. It's not good for Myanmar. It's not good for the region. So it's time for us to talk to South Korean government bilaterally and discuss what can we do. Yeah, what can we do? So we will be having a lot of things on the table together. So we will be playing what Gam one after one, and what fits and what does, what work, what do not work. In that way, our discussion will go.
Tunia chu Dr. Sasa hin UK minister ho to hin kimuto ama hin hichi Burma gen thei ho ke thopi na dinga jong hi thumna ananein aban le education lang hi hen lang tu le tu in dal ha jam do ho ne le cha ha sa sil le chen nei lo ho dinga jong hi thumna ananein a hi le hichi UK government in jong pha anasa in aban le amao hin pan pina wingi ti a jong chu anasayuvin hichilai new hichilaya thil statement ho aman an pi ho report an pi ho jong kan ta do in itiam khana na mu theilo waile hichiong hi KUKI Facebook group lang zo acho anaki download nun lang aban ban cha ite a jong chu nane sim kit theiwa hi ti jong chu iga sai theu a hi in aban le hi chuwa ama hin hichi si cho hi po in British parliamentary a jong hi nasata ama hin hita chu panpina aga thumin a hi le minister ho jong hin hita chu detail ta ama hin UN NUG thalhenga hung ka hi in hi chitobang hi thil alung ta in ti a hi hoita explain aga bolin a hi le nichwa hi ama ho hin agreement ja chom jong ama ho kiphal na dan dungjuya chu hin pan pi ding in pan ka hin la dewa hi ti chan ge a jong chu ama hi nga ana sevin aban le chwa hi a later ho ama hon thu se yo jong chu chilaya Dr. Sasa in flash and bolin hi cho jong chu ka hin ta do en hi cho jo seong chu nenevet theu a hi chon a bolvin aban le ka hin support jingo veti a jong hi ama ho jong hin tu a hi poster jat chom hi a print do ven hi cho chu ki choi jin yangon aban le mandalay ti mun choma hi ne hi ta chu ki phin na hi ane veti jong chu news mu a hi tu hin Myanmar news ti chu Myanmar jungta force lang ho news in sai ke no heten hichi Myanmar jungta force news lang hon an sai na a chu a hi le military air base khat hi attack ahung ki bole ti a jong chu an seven hichi wa ama hona sai now attack anaki bol na pen choi le Bago region lang a hi in hichi Bago region langa hi Saturday ni a chu Myanmar air base khat hi attack ahung ki bolin hichi phamo akisalhi jenge ti a jong chu ama wen phone do na ananevin hichi regime control no ya newspaper ho hin thil aphon tiangola ama hon aki koi thuwa hiti a chu mi pi head dinga hi flash a ball jong tampi hi ti jong chu head the a hi in to a jong a saina wa chu a hi le hichi tango kiti air base hi Myanmar a dinga jong headquarter khat na hi in aban le base air base dinga jong alien loi a hi country sung dinga chu ati ben hichi bom hung ki hi jong chu 107 mm rocket ahung ki attack a hi in hichi kilometer jakhat langa kon ahung hi ti a jong cha na seven a hin la dan hoi iga vet nai le chun kilometer jakhat langa kon ahung leng chu hita he mo jeng loading a hi in a hin la ama hon a seida na chu hichi kilometer jakhat langa kon ahung leng koin an ka pham ti identified ki bol nai lo a hi in hi jong le hichi to panga air base attack hung ki bol jing ho hi phamo akisal hi eti a jong chu ama ho hin news a chu ana so ki noven hichi air base hung ki attack na hi hoita mi pin attack han lang hele hichi po thei te ding a hi lo le leinoi be a neu khat be lut ding a hin ai wanga so ama oin a so da no hi a bol thu a he ti a jong chu hichi news zat chom ho chun ana sei ki noven a hin la adi pen chu ki henai lo a hin tu le tu a hichi air base a hin attack na wa hichi bom an kap na wa hi apu lo a hin apu poi ti a cho ana sei a hin hichi apu thei lo wai le chun ama hon a koi thu wa aka mo hin te ti a jong chu ana sei ki noven a hi tu ni chana hi AAPP report neu cha ga vekit no hitin 1st February patna AAPP ho record dongju ya chu tu chana mi jasagil somko athitan aban le sanga le somsagil thum hi Sunday ni chana chu matnin omoveti a jong chu AAPP ho report dung zuya chu mu a hi kit nen a hi tu ni chun NUG Prime Minister Mawin Khain Than kiti ama chun NUG Prime Minister pa hin thu pon ho jong anane win ama na sei be na chu hi chi mandate copy a sepei hon hi chi to panga martial law koiwa mi ho ina ka mova a hi lo le mi ina alut no win athil anei ago ho ala pi o hi thil phalo ta a hi ti a jong chu dem na nasata news ho report na chu ama hin video a hoita eta cho explain ho jong ana bolin hi chi mandate copy a hi tu le tu a hi sepei ho jo se hung ke tolwa hi chilang hi attack a hin bol a hi in tu le tu a ma hon a seida na cho a hi le mandate copy a hi mi population ni sang som ni a hi in a hin la sepei ho hi sang izat ham kha sang git lang hi hung ke tol lut a hi tai ti a jong chu ana sei ki no bin hi chi jong chu hi chi civil protest ho attack ding mai mai a chu hung izat a hung lut kit no jong chu ama ho hin dem na nasata ana nei win aban le tu ni a prime minister pan ana sei na a chu a hi le hi chi agang theilam pe na anga de wa hi a khoti lo wai hi le armed force ho ti cho ethnic armed group ho jong hung ki tha pat kit ding hi chi wa hi pan hung ki la kit ding civil mi si hung ki ngan si lo ding a hi ti chan ge ya jong chu ana sei kit nen a hi chi wa NUG Prime Minister pan ana sei be kit na achole Sunday ni apat na hi chi jungta force ho he ahung tam lut le jeng ta win hi je a chu a bol dat jo se a he a mu a hi ti a jong chu ana sein ama hon hi che wa bom a hin la wa helicopter ho a jao hi thil phalo ta a hi chi to bang hi igam sunga inam mi sunga hi chi to bang hi country dang in jong a bol lo a hi ti a jong chu helicopter a ja ho le bom a hi khum ho hi nasata a human right dung zu ya chu demna anane ti jong chu mu a hi ki nen aban le aman mi pi ho ana hlamon kit na a cha hi le NUG ho jong hi mi pi ho ki to kha hi ta chu ki mo vet a hi po in mun chom choma international organization ho hi government ja chom ho hi contact ki bola ipan pi diu le ki tho pi diu hi ta chu ani chenga hi ki ho pi jinga ke hon jong ka pan theina chanwa ka pangovin aban le hi chi gam sunguwa hi democracy ahung hlun theina dinga hi ki hon jong ka hi thei chanwa pan kalao a hi ti a jong chu ama hin ana sei ki nen a hi tu hin chin state ai attack na lang ho hin sei ki no hitin chin state na hi munni attack a bol lo a hi in munni ti chu mandate le hi chi chin state khopi hakha kiti na hi attack a bol lo a hi in aji chu tu le tu a pan hala pen hi chin ho he ahung hi kit tawin chin gama phat masa jong chu ka in vet sa taina picture ho jong thal izat ham khat sim thu zani le somni tilang chu anamat do a hi in aji chu hi chi chin mi pi ho jong hen chin village defense force ho jong hen tu a hi thal ki sim thu tam ta he asim wa a khokim vela wa hi a koi wa hi ta chu ama jong hin duty apo jingjeng a hi in masanga e ho gala gamla ipan wa bom ho ikisim thu to bangwa chu ama ho jong hi ta chu bom ho thal ho hi akisim thu wa a kho aveng protect theina ding thei chana hi ama ho jong hin protect a boljing of it jong chu mu a hi in hi chi ki boina a hi Chin state capital langa hakha kitina langa hi Saturday nilha langa chu Chin defense force ho hin mi jungta force ho mi gup lang hi anakap li uvin aban le mi som wal lang hi akitong kha etia jong chu hi chi Chin defense force ho langa ko na chu news mu a hi in a hin la tu chana hi a confirm chet chu news ho report dung ju ya chu akimu poi ti a jong chu an savin hi jong le ni chi athi ho wang chu athi a hi in hi jong le mi som ho akitong kha ho chu news dung ju ya chu confirm akimonai poi ti a jong chu a sei ki novin tu a hi hita hi mandate lang jong hi aboi jinga southern Chin state langa hi in chi mandate hi ni chi southern lang jong hi aboi jinga hi le military regime ho hin nasata bom ho akhi jingwa artillery rocket ti ho hi hiti a hi mandate khopi a hi jingwa le ethnic armed group ho organization ti chu federal union ho hi hung ki panding military chunga hi action hung ki lading a hi ti chan ge ya chong chu hi chiwa NUG leader ho chun phone do na ananei ki novin a hi aban le hi chilanga chong hi mi som le gate lang hi civil mi arrest anabol ai tai ti chu anamat no a hi ta in aban le ama ho jong hin jungta force ho jong hi izan ham khat hi akabli o ai tai ti a jong chu ana sein a hin la news in tu chana hi hoita mi izat ke tong kha mi izat thi ham ti sepai lang hi a het chet nai lo mi pi lang zo hi a het chet na sepai lang hi ta chu news hoita a kimuji lo a hi in ize a chu ama hon ana sei na wa choile hi chiba hi civil fighter ho hi mi gate lang akitong kha e hi chi jungta force on bom a hin se na wa chu mi gate lang akitong kha e ti a jong chu na phone do na ana nevin tu ni jingka a jong chu chapang khat hi a inuwa akisel na wa hi alol anakap kha e nasata ama jong hi tu le tu a hi a condition hi critical ta ti chu nasamong mong a thile a hin ki ka he ta chu hi ti a jong chu news khat chun an sei ki ne ama hi a sei be na wa chu kum som mi a hin chapang neu chakhet nu mai a hi in ama hi kum som chapang khat alola thal chang hung lut ding ang kap kha deu ho bang chu iga gelai le chon lainat om le jengin hi chi ama ho kho a anake ha boi na hi sunday ni ha langa patna chu nasata civil mi ho hin defense force ho hin agama sepei hung lut ding hi a phalo je wa chu ita chu pangu a hi in a hin la tu a hi sepei ho hin a inu neu kha khat hi a hin la pat no hi ta in a inu ala na ho wa jong hi an chang he lang ni thei ti chu me ding an chang agari ti ho jo se jong hi akigu nam ke jeng ve ti a jong chu news report na ko na chu mu a hi chi chan chu tu ni Burma news in sei the hin tin tu hin India lang ga sei ke no hitin India lang jong hi anasal he jengin aji chu tu le tu a news ho iga vet na hi jong le Mumbai a hi in aban le Gujarat lang a hi in ocean tui hu a kino le jeng ta in mi pi ho hi akichawin aban le jubi kung hian lang jahas ho hi jong le hi ta chu tui hi ung khang deu jeng a hi ta in huile go kit ho a thil ho tampi a society jong chu iga het theiding wat to a hi neu khat alert to banga chu kain het sa hi in hi chi chan chu tu ni KUKI channel a isei the hintin update tha hong ki mo ket nai le jinglang le en sei ki deu tan te ka ke pa